15 mind-blowing facts about China, travel documentary. Most sinful country, real life in China. Welcome to China, a land where ancient history collides with breathtaking modernity, where the whispers of emperors echo through towering palaces, and the pulse of billions of lives shapes the skyline. From the sweeping deserts of the north to the lush river valleys of the south, this is a country of staggering contrasts and endless wonders. Imagine walking along the Great Wall, tracing the steps of soldiers who defended an empire thousands of years ago. Picture the neon lights of Shanghai reflecting in the Huangpu River, while centuries-old temples stand just a stone's throw away. China is more than a destination. It is an experience that challenges your senses, your expectations, and your understanding of what a nation can be. In this journey, we will explore monumental feats of human achievement, taste cuisine that has traveled the globe, uncover festivals bursting with color and life, and witness landscapes so diverse they seem unreal. From the secrets of the Forbidden City to the quiet bamboo forest where giant pandas roam, every moment reveals something extraordinary. Are you ready to step into a world that is at once ancient and futuristic, serene and chaotic, spiritual and electrifying? This is the real China, and what you're about to see will change the way you perceive the world. Number 1. The Great Wall of China. Endless history. Stretching more than 21,000 kilometers, the Great Wall of China is not a single structure, but a sprawling network of walls, watchtowers, and fortifications that snake across deserts, mountains, and plains. Built over multiple dynasties beginning in the 7th century BC and continuing through the Ming dynasty, it served as a massive defense system against invasions from northern tribes. Every stone, brick, and pathway tells a story of emperors who commissioned it, soldiers who guarded it, and laborers who toiled under harsh conditions to see it completed. Walking along the wall today, you can sense the immense human effort and strategy involved. Some sections climb jagged mountains so steep that each step feels like a challenge, while others wind through rolling countryside where the horizon seems infinite. The wall is dotted with ancient watchtowers, each with a unique design, once used to send smoke signals or light fires to communicate messages across vast distances. It's easy to imagine the tension and vigilance that must have existed centuries ago. The harsh winters endured, the long marches, and the constant watch for approaching threats. Beyond its military purpose, the Great Wall is a cultural symbol of China's resilience, ingenuity, and unity. Artists, poets, and travelers have been inspired by its sheer scale and the stories embedded in its stones. Some call it the longest cemetery in the world because countless workers who built it over centuries lost their lives to exhaustion, weather, or accidents. Today, tourists from all corners of the globe come to experience its majesty firsthand. As you stand on its heights looking out over endless ridges fading into mist, you can't help but feel connected to history in a way few places allow. It is both a monument of human achievement and a testament to the passage of time, a place where past and present meet in silence and awe. Visiting the Great Wall is not just a trip, it is an immersion into the soul of China, a chance to witness the magnitude of human ambition and the depth of a nation's history that has shaped the world. Have you ever wondered what it feels like to walk along the path that guarded an empire for centuries? To touch stones that have endured the rise and fall of dynasties? Standing here, you are not merely observing history, you are stepping into it. Number 2. Population powerhouse. China is home to more than 4 billion people, making it the most populous country on the planet. This staggering number is not just a statistic, it shapes every corner of life in the nation, from the bustling megacities to the remote rural villages. Walking through the streets of Shanghai, Beijing, or Shenzhen, you are immediately struck by the scale of activity. Skyscrapers tower overhead while streets hum with endless traffic. The vibrant chaos of people moving, talking, trading, and commuting. Every market feels like a living organism, filled with colors, smells, and sounds that tell the story of daily survival and enterprise in an urban this vast. The countryside remains home to centuries-old traditions, quiet villages, and terraced farmlands, where generations have lived in rhythm with the seasons. Observing rural life, you see the delicate balance between heritage and modernity. Farmers still follow ancestral practices, yet the influence of technology and infrastructure expansion is ever present, bridging the gap between past and present. Festivals provide another lens into the scale and diversity of China's population. During Lunar New Year, Millions travel across the country in one of the largest annual human migrations on Earth, reuniting with family in a spectacular display of movement and devotion. Streets flood with lanterns, fireworks, and dragon dances, a living testament to culture thriving amid such enormous numbers. Even smaller towns are teeming with activity during harvest festivals, weddings, or temple ceremonies, showcasing the rich mosaic of ethnic groups and customs spread across the country. This immense population brings challenges and innovations alike. Infrastructure, education, healthcare, and public services must constantly evolve to serve such a vast number of people. Cities expand vertically and horizontally at breathtaking speed, while rural regions adapt to shifts in labor, migration, and modernization. Traveling through China, you can sense the pulse of billions, each individual a small thread woven into the massive fabric of the nation. Experiencing China's population firsthand is like witnessing a living, breathing ecosystem. Every face in a crowd tells a story. Every neighborhood hums with life, and every festival, market, and street corner captures the energy of a people navigating history, growth, and change. Have you ever imagined living in a country where every city is a microcosm of human activity, and every village carries the weight of centuries? China's population power is not just in numbers, it's in the life, energy, and continuity of a civilization unlike any other. Number 3. The Yangtze River. The Yangtze River, stretching over 6,300 kilometers, is more than just the longest river in Asia. It is the artery that has sustained China's civilization for thousands of years, flowing from the high plateaus of Tibet all the way to the East China Sea near Shanghai. The river winds through mountains, plains, and bustling cities, leaving a mark on every landscape it touches. Along its banks, you can witness the interweaving of history, culture, and human ingenuity, all shaped by the ever-present flow of water. For centuries, the Yangtze has been central to agriculture, commerce, and settlement. Fertile river valleys allowed early civilizations to thrive, with rice paddies, wheat fields, and fishing communities relying on its seasonal cycles. Villages built along its shores still maintain traditional practices, balancing respect for nature with survival and growth. As you glide along the river in modern times, the sheer scale of its influence becomes clear. Massive cargo ships navigate its waters, connecting inland regions with global trade routes, while hydroelectric dams, including the legendary Three Gorges Dam, demonstrate how human innovation harnesses the river's power for electricity, flood control, and industry. The Yangtze is also a cradle of culture and folklore. Local legends speak of river spirits, ancient heroes, and mythical creatures said to reside beneath the waves. Festivals along the river celebrate seasonal changes, fishing traditions, and ancestral worship, blending centuries-old customs with modern life. Temples and pagodas perched on cliffs overlooking the river provide breathtaking views and a sense of continuity between past and present. Traveling the Yangtze, you experience both natural beauty and human achievement. The gorges, Kutang, Wu, and Hiling, present dramatic cliffs, swirling waters, and misty mountains that seem almost otherworldly. Boat journeys offer glimpses into rural life, where farmers work terraced fields, children play along the shore, and small towns cling to ancient ways despite rapid modernization. Meanwhile, cities like Chongqing and Wuhan showcase how the river fuels urban expansion, economic growth, and cultural exchange. The Yangtze is a living testament to China's resilience and adaptability. It carries the stories of dynasties and dynamos, of floods and engineering marvels, of tradition and progress. Standing on its banks, you feel the weight of history and the energy of a nation moving forward. Have you ever imagined a river so central to a country's identity that it defines its economy, culture, and daily life all at once? The Yangtze is not just water, it is China's lifeblood, continuously shaping the land and people that rely on it. Number 4. Ancient civilization. China's history stretches back over 5,000 years, offering one of the most continuous and rich narratives of any civilization on Earth. From the early settlements along the Yellow River to sprawling dynasties that shaped the world, the story of China is written in artifacts, texts, architecture, and the very culture of its people. Imagine the first farmers planting millet in fertile river valleys, slowly giving rise to kingdoms that would evolve into empires spanning vast territories. Each dynasty brought innovation, conflict, and transformation, leaving behind legacies that still influence daily life. The philosophical foundations laid by thinkers like Confucius, Laozi, and Mozi continue to resonate today. Confucian principles of family, respect, and societal order guide behavior, while Taoist ideas of harmony with nature are reflected in art, architecture, and traditional medicine. The Silk Road, both overland and maritime, allowed China to interact with distant lands, trading silk, porcelain, and knowledge, which in turn shaped the cultural and economic landscape of the ancient world. Technological advancements from ancient China astonish modern historians. The invention of paper enabled the preservation and dissemination of knowledge. Gunpowder changed the nature of warfare globally. The compass revolutionized navigation, and intricate bronze and ceramic work showcased both skill and artistry. Cities like Xi'an, home to the Terracotta Army, reveal the grandeur of imperial ambitions and the meticulous care with which the ancients planned their monuments, tombs, and palaces. The dynasties were not just about rulers, they were about people, traditions, and resilience. Festivals, literature, music, and folklore thrived alongside wars and political upheavals, creating a cultural tapestry that has endured millennia. Visit any historical city today, and the layers of time are palpable. Ancient temples and imperial walls coexist with modern buildings, while markets sell both traditional crafts and high-tech goods. China's ancient civilization is a reminder of human ingenuity, endurance, and the power of ideas. Every corner of the country, from the rural heartlands to imperial capitals, echoes with stories of emperors, scholars, warriors, and everyday citizens who collectively shaped the nation. As you walk through historic streets or explore ancient relics, you feel connected to a past that has defined not only China, but the course of human history itself. Can you imagine a culture so vast, so layered, and so persistent that every stone, scroll, and tradition tells a story spanning thousands of years? China's ancient civilization does just that, offering lessons, wonders, and inspiration to anyone willing to look closely. Number 5. Modern megacities. Step into Shanghai or Beijing, and you are immediately struck by the scale, energy, and contrasts that define modern China. Shanghai engineering feats that seem almost otherworldly. Glass towers stretch into the clouds, while neon lights flash advertisements for global brands, drawing in locals and tourists alike. The streets are alive with a constant hum, electric scooters weaving past pedestrians, high-speed metro trains gliding beneath the city, and luxury cars cruising past centuries-old shikumen buildings that whisper stories of the past. Beijing, the political and cultural capital, offers a different kind of spectacle. Here, ancient history sits alongside cutting-edge technology. The Forbidden City and Tiananmen Square are central to the city's identity, yet they coexist with modern developments, such as the towering CCTV headquarters and the Bird's Nest Stadium built for the 2008 Olympics. Walking through Beijing, you feel the pulse of a nation that honors its traditions while racing toward the future. Both cities are hubs for business, education, arts, and culture. From bustling night markets serving sizzling street food to high-end shopping malls and five-star restaurants, they reflect the diversity of Chinese life. The fast-paced urban environment doesn't erase history. Hutongs, narrow alleyways lined with centuries-old courtyard homes, remain active, filled with locals, bicycles, and small shops. This delicate balance between old and new creates a living museum, a city where every corner tells a story. Transportation is another marvel. High-speed trains connect megacities at incredible speeds, and extensive subway systems make commuting efficient, even with millions of residents. Airports like Beijing Capital and Shanghai Pudong welcome tens of millions of travelers yearly, linking China to the world. Visiting these megacities, you can't help but marvel at human ingenuity and ambition. The combination of tradition and modernity, chaos and order, heritage and innovation, makes Shanghai and Beijing not just cities, but symbols of a nation rapidly transforming while still holding on to its roots. Can you imagine standing on a rooftop looking over a sea of lights stretching for kilometers, knowing that just beneath you, history is still alive in every street, temple, and alley? China's megacities offer that surreal experience every day. Number 6. Terracotta Army. Step into the vast pits of the Terracotta Army in Xi'an, and it feels as if time itself has frozen. Thousands of life-sized soldiers, chariots, and horses stand in the tomb of China's first emperor, Qin Shi Huang. It is a staggering feat of artistry, craftsmanship, and organization that reflects the emperor's obsession with immortality and his desire to project power even beyond death. Walking among these ancient figures, you notice the meticulous detail carved into their armor, the posture of readiness in their hands, and the commanding presence of generals overseeing the ranks. Archaeologists have revealed that no two soldiers are exactly alike, showcasing the incredible skill of craftsmen from over 2 millennia ago. The army sprawls across multiple pits covering thousands of square meters, with each formation telling a story of military strategy, rank, and hierarchy. The terracotta army is more than a collection of statues. It's a lens into the life, politics, and culture of China's first empire. Excavations have uncovered weapons, color pigments, and even traces of original battle formations, showing how art, history, and warfare intersected in ancient times. Standing there, you can almost hear the echo of ancient commands and the silent march of soldiers, a haunting reminder of the lengths a ruler went to secure his legacy. Visiting Xi'an and witnessing this wonder in person gives a sense of awe that photographs cannot capture. The terracotta army is not just about numbers. It's about here leaves pondering the mysteries of the emperor's afterlife plans, the lives of the artisans who built the army, and the power of a culture that could create something so monumental. Could you imagine the dedication it took to craft thousands of these silent sentinels, knowing their watch would last for millennia? Xi'an's terracotta army offers that rare, unforgettable experience. Number 7. Diverse landscapes. China is a country where nature refuses to be predictable. The landscapes shift dramatically from one region to another, offering an endless variety of sights, climates, and experiences. In the southwest, the towering peaks of the Himalayas and the snow-capped mountains of Tibet challenge adventurers while inspiring spiritual seekers. High-altitude monasteries perch precariously on cliffs, and glacial rivers carve paths through remote valleys, where traditional nomadic cultures still thrive. Travel east, and the scenery changes to the mystical karst mountains of Guilin, where limestone peaks rise sharply from winding rivers, creating landscapes that have inspired Chinese painters for centuries. Paddle along the Li River, and you'll float through scenes that feel almost otherworldly, with mist rolling over the peaks at dawn, fishermen balancing on bamboo rafts, and water buffalo grazing along the banks. Then there's the vast expanse of the Gobi and Taklamakan deserts in the north and west. Sand dunes stretch to the horizon, dotted with ancient Silk Road settlements and camel caravans that evoke tales of trade, adventure, and deserts reveals a side of China that few tourists experience. Stark, unforgiving, yet beautiful in its rawness. The fertile plains of the Yangtze and Yellow Rivers, in contrast, teem with life. Rice paddies, tea terraces, and bustling river towns illustrate centuries of agricultural tradition and human ingenuity. Here, rivers are more than water. They are lifelines shaping economies, culture, and settlement patterns across millennia. From subtropical forest in the south to snow-covered peaks in the north, that brings a new landscape. And every view trees can claim such breathtaking variety within a single border. In China, every journey is a new chapter of discovery. Number 8. Culinary riches. China's culinary landscape is as vast and varied as its geography. Every province, city, and village has its own flavors, ingredients, and cooking methods that tell a story about local history, climate, and culture. In Beijing, the crisp skin and tender meat of Peking duck is not just a dish, it's a centuries-old tradition, carved with precision and served with delicate pancakes, scallions, and rich sauce. The ritual of eating it connects diners to imperial banquets and generations of culinary refinement. Head to Sichuan, and your taste buds will be tested by fiery hot pots brimming with chili, Sichuan peppercorns, and an array of meats and vegetables. The numbing heat is more than flavor. It's a sensory experience that challenges every sense, leaving a lingering tingle and craving for more. In Guangdong, dim sum reigns supreme. Small, delicate bites of dumplings, buns, and pastries are shared among family and friends, reflecting a culture that values community, conversation, and the art of leisurely dining. In Xi'an, hand-pulled noodles twist and stretch under the expert hands of chefs, creating chewy, springy strands that form the foundation of hearty bowls with rich broths and bold toppings. Street markets across the country teem with smells, sights, and sounds, skewers sizzling over open flames, buns steaming in wicker baskets, exotic fruits glistening under lantern light, and vendors calling out their specialties to passers-by. Luxury restaurants offer refined interpretations of centuries-old recipes, blending tradition with innovation. Tea houses provide calm oases where tea ceremonies demonstrate patience, elegance, and cultural respect. Across China, food is not merely sustenance, it's identity, heritage, and expression. Eating here is a journey, a connection to a society where flavor, history, and community intertwine in every bite. Whether you're savoring a humble bowl of noodles or a meticulously prepared banquet, every meal tells a story. How many countries offer such a spectrum of culinary experiences, each tied so deeply to the land and people? In China, food is an adventure, a history lesson, and a celebration all at once. Number 9. Festivals, traditions. China's festivals are more than dates on a calendar. They are living, breathing expressions of culture, history, and community. Chinese New Year, the most celebrated, is a spectacle of sound, color, and ritual. Cities and villages alike are adorned with red decorations symbolizing luck and happiness. Firecrackers explode in celebration, chasing away evil spirits while families reunite across vast distances. The iconic dragon and lion dances weave through streets, performers moving in synchronized rhythm, their costumes shimmering under lantern light, telling stories of prosperity, courage, and protection. The Mid-Autumn Festival offers a quieter, reflective contrast. Families gather to admire the full moon, a symbol of unity and abundance. Mooncakes filled with lotus paste, egg yolk, or sweet bean are shared among loved ones, each bite carrying centuries of tradition and symbolism. Children carry glowing lanterns walking through alleys and parks, their laughter echoing like it did generations ago. During the Lantern Festival, the sky and streets light up with thousands of lanterns, each representing wishes for the coming year. People release floating lanterns into rivers and lakes, a ritual that combines spirituality, artistry, and community engagement. Dragons made of silk and bamboo weave through crowds, while performances of traditional music, acrobatics, and theater remind spectators of China's artistic legacy. Every festival intertwines food, family, and folklore. Local customs vary by region, from tea ceremonies in the south to ancestral rites in the north, showcasing the rich diversity of beliefs and practices. These celebrations are both ancient and modern, linking the past to the present, offering travelers a chance to witness traditions that have shaped the nation for millennia. Experiencing these festivals firsthand is a sensory journey. The smell of incense, the crunch of festive snacks, the roar of drums, and the sight of illuminated streets create memories that linger far beyond the holiday itself. How many countries celebrate heritage with such immersive vibrancy, blending mythology, family, and communal pride in every moment? In China, traditions are alive, not confined to history. They are lived, breathed, and shared. Number 10. Language writing. China's linguistic landscape is vast, complex, and deeply tied to its culture and history. Mandarin, the official language, is spoken by over 1 billion people, serving as a unifying thread across the country's immense geography. Yet the diversity doesn't stop there. Cantonese, Shanghainese, Hokkien, Tibetan, Uyghur, and dozens of other dialects and minority languages thrive, each carrying its own history, customs, and musicality. Traveling across China, you'll notice how language changes not just in sound but in rhythm, tone, and expression, revealing the country's rich regional identities. Chinese characters themselves are masterpieces of human ingenuity. Each character is a combination of strokes and radicals that convey meaning and history. Writing is not merely functional, it's an art form. Calligraphy has been practiced for millennia, where brushstrokes convey emotion, balance, and harmony. From official documents of ancient dynasties to inscriptions on temple walls, characters preserve philosophy, poetry, and cultural memory. Even today, modern artists and designers draw inspiration from traditional scripts, blending ancient aesthetics with contemporary styles. Learning Mandarin can be a challenge, but it offers a window into the Chinese way of thinking. The structure of the language reflects logic, context, and subtle nuances that reveal social values and historical perspectives. Tone changes can completely alter meaning, making conversations a dance of precision, intuition, and respect. For travelers, seeing the language in action is mesmerizing. Street signs, menus, scrolls in temples, market chatter, and digital interfaces. Even if you don't speak it fluently, the characters themselves tell stories. Stories of emperors, poets, inventors, and everyday people. Can you imagine reading a single character that's been used for over 2,000 years, or witnessing a calligrapher transform ink on paper into flowing history and art? Language is alive, a bridge connecting past and present, and a lens through which to experience one of the world's oldest continuous civilizations. Number 11. Silk Road Legacy. China's history as a center of trade and cultural exchange comes alive when you consider the Silk Road, the vast network of routes that connected east and west for over a millennium. Stretching thousands of kilometers, these paths carried silk, spices, tea, porcelain, and countless other goods that traveled alongside them. Merchants, pilgrims, soldiers, and scholars moved along these routes, bringing religions like Buddhism, Islam, and Nestorian Christianity into China, influencing art along remnants of the Silk Road today. You can almost feel the footsteps of marketplaces where languages from across continents mixed. Cities like Xi'an, Dunhuang, and Kashgar were more than trading hubs. They were melting pots where cultures collided, fused, and left lasting marks in mosaics, murals, manuscripts, and even cuisine. The Dunhuang caves, for example, hold thousands of Buddhist frescoes, manuscripts, and relics that tell stories of devotion, commerce, and cross-cultural encounters spanning centuries. The Silk Road wasn't only about trade, it was about transformation. Technologies, artistic styles, and philosophical ideas flowed into China, enriching the nation's heritage. Papermaking and printing techniques, initially developed in China, traveled westward along these routes, changing societies thousands of miles away. Meanwhile, Chinese inventions like gunpowder and porcelain fascinated and reshaped civilizations far from their origin. Today, modern China continues to honor this legacy through initiatives like the Belt and Road, echoing the Silk Road's role as a bridge between East and West. For travelers, retracing these ancient paths offers more than sightseeing. It's a chance in standing at an ancient market where traders from Persia, India, and Rome is a symbol of connection, resilience, and the enduring power of exchange across borders and time. Number 12. High-speed rail network. China's high-speed rail network is a marvel of modern engineering, stretching over 40,000 kilometers and linking almost every major city in the country. Imagine boarding a train in Beijing and arriving in Shanghai over 1,300 kilometers away in just 5 hours, faster than a domestic flight when they cruise at speeds exceeding 350 kilometers per hour, cutting travel times dramatically and reshaping the way people live, work, and explore the nation. The impact of this network extends beyond convenience. Cities once considered distant or remote are now accessible for daily commuting, business trips, and tourism. Small towns along the lines have seen rapid economic development, with new hotels, restaurants, and marketplaces springing up to cater to travelers. The rail system also highlights China's precision and discipline, with trains arriving almost to the second on schedule, despite covering thousands of kilometers every day. From the perspective of a traveler, riding the high-speed trains offers more than speed. It's a glimpse into China's balance of tradition and modernity. Outside the window, you witness ancient villages, rice paddies, rivers, and mountains rushing past in a blur, a living timeline of China's diverse landscapes. Inside, sleek cabins, digital ticketing, and futuristic design reflect the nation's commitment to innovation. The high-speed rail network also plays a strategic role in commerce. Freight and passenger traffic move efficiently, connecting production centers to ports and markets, fueling economic growth and regional integration. The experience isn't just about transportation. It's about witnessing the scale, ambition, and vision of a country that has harnessed technology to transform daily life. Can you imagine hopping on a train that feels like a spacecraft gliding over the countryside, while thinking about how far China has come in just a few decades? For anyone exploring the country, these rails are more than infrastructure. They are arteries of modern China, pulsating with speed, efficiency, and possibility. Number 13. Giant pandas national treasure. Few animals capture the world's imagination quite like China's giant panda. Known for their distinctive black and white fur and gentle demeanor, these creatures are more than just adorable. They are a national treasure and a living symbol of China's conservation efforts. Found primarily in the misty bamboo forests of Sichuan, Shanxi, and Gansu provinces, giant pandas face challenges from habitat loss and low birth rates, making them rare and precious. Visiting panda reserves such as the Chengdu Research Base of Giant Panda Breeding offers a unique glimpse into both wildlife preservation and human dedication. Early in the morning, visitors may see pandas stretching, playing and munching on bamboo, their primary diet that they consume in astonishing quantities daily. Observing their behaviors from playful tumbles to moments of serene rest evokes a deep appreciation for the fragile balance of nature and the effort required to protect it. The story of the giant panda goes beyond cute antics. Conservation programs in China have involved meticulous research, breeding initiatives, and habitat restoration, turning the panda into a global symbol for wildlife preservation. International collaborations, including loans to zoos worldwide, help raise awareness and funds for protecting these gentle giants. Yet seeing them in their natural or semi-natural environment, amid the bamboo groves, gives a sense of their true majesty and the urgency to safeguard their existence. Pandas also hold cultural significance. They represent peace, friendship, and the unique identity of China in both domestic pride and international diplomacy. Encountering a giant panda in person is a reminder of nature's resilience, China's commitment to wildlife, and standing near one of these rare creatures is not just an experience. It's a moment to reflect on conservation, legacy, and the enduring magic of one of the world's most beloved species. Number 14. Forbidden City, Imperial Legacy. At the heart of Beijing lies a world frozen in time, a sprawling labyrinth of red walls, golden roofs, and ornate courtyards, the Forbidden City. For nearly 500 years, this majestic palace complex served as the imperial residence of 24 emperors across the Ming and Qing dynasties, shaping China's political, cultural, and artistic heritage. Walking through its massive gates, you immediately feel the weight of history pressing down, the echoes of imperial processions, ceremonial rituals, and the whispers of palace intrigue. Covering over 180 acres and containing nearly 1,000 buildings, the Forbidden City is more than a tourist attraction. It is a living testament to meticulous craftsmanship, architectural genius, and the cultural sophistication of dynastic China. Every corner, from the intricately painted beams to the carved stone lions, tells a story. Hall of Supreme Harmony, the largest ceremonial hall, was where emperors proclaimed edicts, hosted grand celebrations, and met envoys from across Asia. The residential quarters reveal daily life, from the emperor's private chambers to the secluded gardens of the concubines and noble officials. Artifacts housed within the Palace Museum illustrate centuries of innovation and artistry, from delicate jade carvings and imperial robes to intricate paintings and calligraphy. Each piece embodies China's dedication to aesthetics, symbolism, and power. Exploring the courtyards, visitors sense the rigid hierarchy and strict etiquette that governed every movement of palace life. You might pause at the Meridian Gate, imagining guards, nobles, and emperors crossing thresholds that commoners could never tread. A vivid reminder of the extremes of wealth, control, and exclusivity. The Forbidden City is also a bridge between past and present. Restoration projects have preserved this cultural treasure, allowing modern visitors to immerse themselves in imperial history while understanding the influence of dynastic legacies on contemporary China. Photography and quiet reflection among the halls evoke a sense of awe, transporting travelers across centuries and moments. The palace is a vivid narrative of power, artistry, and human ambition, and wandering through it feels like stepping into the pulse of China's soul, where every stone and roof tile carries stories waiting to be discovered. Visiting the Forbidden City is not just sightseeing. It's an invitation to explore the layers of history, to question how power shaped society, and to marvel at human achievement. Have you ever imagined what it would be like to walk the same halls as emperors, or to witness the grandeur of dynastic ceremonies firsthand? Here, history isn't a page in a book. It's a world you can step into, feel, and remember forever. Number 15. Economic superpower, global influence. China's transformation over the last few decades is nothing short of astonishing. From a largely agrarian society to a global powerhouse, the nation now drives much of the world's technology, manufacturing, and trade. Cities like Shanghai, Shenzhen, and Beijing pulse with energy, showcasing towering skyscrapers, sprawling tech hubs, and bustling industrial zones. Walking through these urban landscapes, you witness innovation at every corner. Electric buses gliding silently through the streets, drone deliveries above marketplaces, and state-of-the-art factories producing everything from smartphones to high-speed trains. China's influence extends far beyond its borders. Its Belt and Road Initiative spans continents, reshaping trade routes and connecting markets from Asia to Europe and Africa. Globally, China plays a crucial role in shaping technology trends, from AI research and 5G networks to renewable energy development. Meanwhile, domestic growth has lifted hundreds of millions out of poverty, fueled urbanization and transformed lifestyles across the country. Despite this rapid modernization, China manages to retain its connection to culture and history. Ancient traditions coexist with skyscrapers, and centuries-old villages can sit in the shadow of futuristic cities. The juxtaposition of old and new is visible in everyday life. Markets selling century-old teas next to high-end shopping malls, historic temples amid neon lights, and street vendors preparing traditional dishes, while fintech apps handle millions of digital transactions. For travelers, this combination is intoxicating. It's a country where ancient philosophy, cultural heritage, and modern ambition meet, offering experiences that are as educational as they are awe-inspiring. China challenges perceptions, inviting visitors to consider how tradition can survive rapid transformation and how a nation's past informs its global present. Have you ever wondered what it feels like to witness a country that balances monumental history with cutting-edge innovation? To stroll through a street where the scent of centuries-old incense mixes with the hum of electric cars? China is that rare place where every corner offers a lesson, every meal tells a story, and every journey leaves an impression. China is more than a country, it's a living story. From the ancient stones of the Great Wall to the futuristic skylines of megacities, from sacred temples to industrial marvels, it is a land that demands attention, respect, and curiosity. Its people, landscapes, culture, and innovation combine to create a world unlike any other. If you've enjoyed this deep dive into China's wonders and mind-blowing facts, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to join us on more journeys across the globe. Share your thoughts in the comments. What would you explore first in China? The ancient sites or the modern marvels? Every country has a story waiting to be discovered, and we're here to take you there.